You already know what it is. It's time for yet another one. And you know how we do it guerrilla style. We just go right into it. So, today we're going to talk about why prepaid smartphones are great pocket PCs. So, starting out, not sponsored by the way, I have here a prepaid smartphone. So, this is a tracfone Samsung Galaxy A10e. This one is new. I had this for a while now. As you see, it's still sealed and all of that in all of its glory. And you can get these, from your usual, probably Target, Amazon, eBay, probably Best Buy. I got this one in particular from Amazon. And like all things that I get that have value, if I'm able to, I get more than one. So here is the second one, the unboxed one, and the one that we are going to be using for today's demonstration. Now, before we go a little farther here, a couple things we want to go over. Now, why tracfone in particular? It really doesn't matter what brand it is, as long as it's a brand that you're comfortable with or familiar with. For me, I have some past with tracfone. So what we have here is my very first ever phone, my first cell phone ever. And if you can look, let me see if you can focus in. If you can look at it here at the bottom, right? If you can look at it, that says tracfone. You can see the phone part there with the little squiggly, little swirly thing. Yeah, that's tracfone. So this is a Nokia 1221. You guys are probably familiar with this dinosaur technology. This is from back in the day. You know what I mean? Yeah, look at that. Like, I don't think they make these anymore. Like, this thing is old as dirt, bro. This is super old. But yeah, this is what people used to use back in the day. This Nokia brick. Only good for very short phone calls, if you can even get that. And Snake, of course. You use these buttons to play Snake. And that was all it's good for. So, yeah, I got this at an Eckerd's. It was a store, pharmacy, like a convenience store called Eckerd's Pharmacy, back in Atlanta. And this cost me about $30 or $40 at the time. This was like back in the day. So yeah. But yeah, tracfone. So there's, just keeping the legacy alive. So now let's talk while we set this thing up here. So this bad boy right here. I guess first let's go into talking about prepaid phones in general, right? So why prepaid phones are goated and why they make decent pocket PCs. Now, a lot of times it will come down to the processor, the RAM, the storage, the specs. If it has a micro SD slot, which this does have, that's the volume knob and the power button. And then on this side, you can see it. Focus, please focus. Well, you see kind of where that. All right, there we go. It just focused. All right, it just did it. All right. Well, you can see that's the micro SD slot thing. And so, yeah. Now, if your prepaid phone has these specs, then you're probably good to go because you definitely need to have specs that make sense with how you plan on using it. You want it to give you as much as possible. So, oh goodness, not this thing again. And we are recording on our Samsung Galaxy S20 FE while we're like single-handing the A10e. But yeah, so basically the specs just need to be good enough, and that's really it. Like if they're good enough, then you're good. Might not be as convenient as a full-blown PC, but that's kind of the point because it's a portable pocket PC. So you're going to make necessary trade-offs when it comes to the convenience factor. Brands kind of matter when it comes to quality, but it depends on your tolerance level. So like, just look at the menu real quick. So like, I don't really care if I get a prepaid phone and it says like it's locked to something, like this says that it's locked to tracfone or whatever carrier, because I'm not using it as a phone. I'm using it as a PC. I can buy plane tickets, I can rent a car, I can access my online bank, I can stream various media, movies, music, etc., and do some gaming all on this one device while constantly traveling and moving around. It's crazy convenient. You know what I mean? Crazy convenient. But yeah, why would I go all the way to a bulky desktop computer when we already got web apps at home, baby? By home, I mean in our pocket, wherever we happen to be at the time. We already got a web browser at home in our pocket. We already got web apps at home in our pocket. And we already have native applications at home, once again, in our pocket. You get the point. So let's move on. So basically, you can use it as a phone, right? So it has, the messages, it has the phone right there, you got your contacts up here, all things that we're not going to be using. Oh, and of course, let me show up here naturally. Oh, my Wi-Fi kicked in, good. So, 70 degrees in Philadelphia, nice. So, no SIM card. This is what I want. You might use this as an actual phone in which you might want a SIM card in, and that's perfectly fine if that's your situation. I don't. I take out the SIM card immediately. I use the SIM card ejection tool, and I take that bad boy out so that this functions only as the PC and not a phone. No SIM card, no problems, no troubles. So that's that. So I guess, yeah, let's go back to the menu here. So now I installed Outlook myself. My account downloader, that's meh. Samsung Notes, settings, just going through what it currently has. You got the Play Store, you got Play Music, which I'm pretty sure is defunct. Phone, like I said, messages, we're not using those. You got the Samsung Galaxy Internet, you got the gallery, Galaxy Store, email, contacts, we're not using that. Clock, camera, calendar, calculator, tracfone, Lamau, My Files, and then of course the Google suite of various apps, the usual. So yeah, speaking of which, we can go into the first thing here. So first thing is we're gonna test out the browser. Oh yeah, and this Sejong. This is Sejong, South Korea, in case anybody was wondering. I have various cities around the world that I usually check up on every so often, so just in case. So yeah, let's do it. Let's go into the browser first. Chrome, by default on this particular one. Let's see. Oh God, the news. Pennsylvania Senate passes bill. All right, we're not going to get into that. So let's go into here. What I'm going to go to first, like I like to use for an example, is going to be probably zorinos. Let's do that. So zorinos. There we go. Tap. And let's go here. So this is our web version of the website. And since this is a computer, we want to go to the desktop version. So right in our menu, we're going to go down to desktop site. There are some sites that are not going to show you everything unless you are in desktop mode. So we got to get out of the mobile web version and into the desktop version. So functionality for a lot of websites are going to be a lot easier to deal with if you go into desktop mode versus just the regular default mobile web. So just a little something to know about while you're using your prepaid smartphone as a PC. So right now we don't necessarily need it to be in desktop mode because it's going to function just fine for our purposes. And we're going to download zorinos just as we would on a regular PC. So we're not going to do the Pro version. We're going to scroll down here to zorinos 16.3 core version, download free. We're not interested right now for the newsletter, but maybe later. And we're going to go to skip to download. And there we go, downloading file as we speak, just like a regular PC. My Wi-Fi is usually pretty quickly, so this won't take too long, but just like that, we got ourselves a Linux distro. And yeah, we can do a couple different things, like we can basically run it off of this device if we wanted to, but more than likely we're going to use a USB to a computer, and then we're just going to transfer it off. But like I said, if you're out and about, like let's say if I'm at the market and I'm like, oh, there's a new distro that just dropped, let me get that real quick. I'll probably just download it on my phone, and then I'll just hook up my phone to my computer later, and there you go. Like I said, you're carrying a PC with you at all times. You always have a portable pocket PC everywhere you go, which is your smartphone. Now, the reason why prepaid in particular is because it's cheap. Why would you need a $1,000 phone if it's going to have the same functionality as like a prepaid cheap phone? This one, both of these, like I got both of these at the same time. I bought two of them at the exact same time. Both of these were like $68, maybe 69, nice dollars, right? Less than $70 for a Samsung Galaxy A10e. This, like, that's insane value to me. If you try to, and brand new, by the way, these were not used. Both of these were new at the time. This one, obviously, I didn't unbox yet, but brand new, under $70. Insane value. And we're not even like, we haven't even done anything yet. All we did was just go to the browser and just download zorinos, but we haven't even gotten to anything yet. So, like, it's, all right, let's go to the home screen now. So it's still doing its download stuff. The next section, let's talk about getting, well, like I said, we looked at a couple things here, right? So we have, for example, Play Music, which I'm pretty sure is defunct, and Samsung Notes. Go to Samsung Notes real quick. All notes. Oh yeah, I made a note earlier. Ha ha ha. Ne sarang bling bling like LED. If you know where this is from, if you're into K-pop, you know what this is from. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But let's say, go back to it. Let's say that you want your own. You don't want this pre-built applications, right? Just like you might not want pre-built applications that are in your desktop PC. Maybe you want your own, like standalone, right? Or maybe free and open source applications. Well, let's get to that, shall we? There's at least 3 things that you need to know. One of them you already do know, and that is Google. So new tab, and so google.com, right? You already know. Oh, there we go. All right. From here, the information superhighway known as Google, you can pretty much look up whatever you want. Now, aside from Google, you have GitHub, right? GitHub. And then, aside from GitHub, the other thing that you have is something called, and this is more for Android phones, fdroid. Fdroid is great. So we're going to go into fdroid right now. They also have an app if you go to the App Store, but we're just going on the mobile web for right now. And like the examples that I just gave earlier, right? So just keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. We're going to get a replacement for this Google Play Music and a replacement for Samsung Notes. All right. So in fdroid, I'm just looking for apps, and you might want to do your research before going to these sites, of course. I'm already familiar with it. Oh, looks like our Zorin's done already. 2.91 gigabytes. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And yeah, so I'm familiar with fdroid. So you guys, if you're unfamiliar with these sites, I definitely recommend researching them first. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get a text editor. A text editor that's going to be better than Samsung Notes, to be fair, is okay. It's decent for what it is. But we want to have something else. So we want something that's portable and something that's free and open source, so we can just take it wherever we go and bring it to any other device that we want. Simple text editor. Now, I could have just looked in text editor, like I looked it up specifically, but if you just want to look up, like, we just do text editor just so that you can get an idea of like searching and whatnot. Okay, so it's got all these options here. So many to look at and choose from. This one is my favorite, simple text editor, because obviously I've used it before. So I'm just going to download this. Now, of course, if you're not familiar with these things, you should read these, obviously. Become familiar with it, do your research first, but I'm already familiar with it, so I don't have to worry about it. Now, if you know what version your prepaid smartphone is, this probably you won't have to worry about, because it says this is the most recent version, I believe. So this came out August 5th of 2023, says requires Android 4.1 or newer. More than likely, you're probably going to have Android 4.1 or newer. In particular, the Samsung Galaxy A10e, I think it starts off with Android 9.0. So you're pretty much decent. So we're going to download the APK. Now it's going to say this file might be harmful. Do you want to download? I'm going to say download anyway because I'm already familiar with it. I already know that it's legit. And also, let me go into another thing real quick. The difference between a burner phone and a filler phone. Now, this is not a burner phone. This is not a one-time use phone, but this is a filler phone. Now, what a filler phone is a filler phone is basically a phone that is used for very specific use cases, right? So like, if you want to do specific activities that you wouldn't want to do on your main phone for whatever reason, that's basically what a filler phone is. So I probably wouldn't do these things particularly on my main phone for whatever reason. Could be storage reasons, could be other reasons. But on a filler phone, it's perfectly fine because it's separate, right? You know how you have application-specific integrated circuits? Well, it's kind of like that. But yeah, so we got that downloaded. Next, we're going to go and get ourselves a music player. So we went back. We have the simple text editor, and now we're going to get a music player. We're just going to put in music player. There we go. Music player, search. And then the one that we want, right, is probably going to be on page 2. Yeah, there's so many to choose from, by the way. Free and open source software, baby. Simple music player. This is our favorite. This one is so nice. We love this one. All right. Let's go down to where we can get the APK. This version, yep. What was that? July 27th, 2023. This should be good. All right, download APK. It's going to give the same warning. Download anyway. We already know it's legit. Okay, and then let me show you something that very few people actually do, which is interesting, but not surprising. So if you go over here, right, you see this little lock icon in the address bar. Tap on that bad boy. You're going to get some information here, right? Now, you got the cookies and site data, right? If you want to check that. Then you have the connection is secure. Tap on that bad boy. So you can look at everything, including the certificate information, to know if a website is safe, if it's secure, if it's legitimate. You have this information here. You can tell that it has the, down there you see the connection uses TLS 1.3. Research that if you don't know what that is. But all this information is here to protect us, the users, the consumers, to know if a website is legitimate, if it's harmful, whatever. So definitely, if you're not already familiar with this, please become familiar with it, just so that you can, browse through the web safely. But I already am familiar with these websites and everything that I'm showing you right now, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Okay, so we downloaded both of those. Now let's back out and put them to work. So the next order of business, we need to install them. So we have them downloaded. Now we need to install them. So we're going to go to My Files, Downloads, and there they are. So this one here, and they have different names for all the things. So we have our Zorin OS, which completed, and then we have the simple text editor. So it's going to say, do you want to install this application? It does not require any special access. So down here, press install. Now, you need to know what you're installing. You need to know what you're doing. I'm familiar with these because I have these installed on other devices. If you are not familiar with it, I want you to do your research, please, because you don't want to download something that could be potentially malicious or harmful. Always do your research first. So we're going to click done, and we're going to do the same with the music player. So we're going to install. It's going to ask the same thing. Install. Give it a second, and before you know it, it is going to be done. We have both of those installed, and we can check it. We'll go back to home, swipe up for the menu, swipe over, and there we go. So let's go to simple text editor first. Allow it to edit the editor, access photos, media, the usual stuff. Allow. Okay, and now we can type. We can type our hearts out. Blah, 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 blah. And then over here, now there's some options here. Let's go to settings, right? Oh wait, save current file. All right, fine. We'll save it first. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. The new file. Oh yeah, you see some things that we have here before. Yada. Yeah. So we're gonna save the file as we'll save it as I wasn't trying to say hath. I was trying to say bath bathtub. We'll save it as bathtub. It has nothing to do with bathtub. We'll save it as bathtub. Excuse me. All right. So these were the settings that I was trying to get to. So you see everything here. You got your auto saving, encoding, and appearance, language, font size, font color, background color, text highlight color, all this stuff, right? So, and like I said, it's just a simple text editor. So there we have bathtub. Now music player. And this part might be a little cringe, but you know, oh, you can see the reflection here. Haha, what's up? All right, allow music player to access, allow. Now I kind of prepared ahead of time, so I already have a track in here. Let's see, prepaid smartphones got a lot of potential. All right, let's see. Let's turn up the volume here. Oh, it's the ringtone volume, wrong one. There we go. Let's turn this volume up. Oop, that's the ringtone again. That's not the one we want up. Let's tap that. Up, tap it again. There we go. Now it's gonna play. Let's turn this up. Let's turn this up to max, right? So you guys can get a good idea of the sound of it. Oh yeah, we about to go. I'm about to teach you things you probably didn't know, like using prepaid smartphones like a PC, and it fits in your hand. If you mad, stay mad, you about to come around. Once you see what I'ma do to break it down, we can't stop, won't stop, everything is a button away. What more can I say? Prepaid smartphones got a lot of potential. Prepaid smartphones got a lot of potential. Prepaid smartphones got a lot of potential. Yeah. What you know about running Google Chrome split screen with a finger tap? Open up the App Store while checking on the NASDAQ. I'm just letting y'all know that we out here. Prepaid smartphones chilling in the hemisphere. All right. That's all you get for free. That's all you get for free. But yeah, prepaid smartphones got a lot of potential. Now let me tell you what you know, like the lyrics said, what you know about running Google Chrome, right? We got Google Chrome running here, right? Running Google Chrome split screen, by the way. Did you see that? Let me do that again. You probably didn't see that. Running Google Chrome, tap right here on this icon. Split screen with a finger tap, right? So running Google Chrome, split screen with a finger tap. And then open up the App Store. I'm just doing this because it's easier. While checking. Oops, based. Based. While checking on the, oh goodness, why did it do that? It probably because of the RAM, to be honest. Okay, there we go, NASDAQ. There we go. There we go. What you know about running Google Chrome split screen with a finger tap. Open up the App Store while checking on the NASDAQ. Like, this is a computer, bruh. This is a computer. But anyway, all right, we're going to go down to the last thing. Last thing's going to be pretty simple, pretty quick. So we went through all of that stuff so far. Last thing, let's go to, oh, set that out. We have a couple things that are probably taking up RAM space right now, so we don't need a Play Store right now. Actually, you know what? We are going to go to the Play Store right now. So we're going to turn off all of these. We don't need notes right now. We don't need that right now. We don't need that right now. We don't need music right now. We'll keep Chrome for the time being. Let's go to the App Store so you guys can look at the App Store. Once again, computer. So you have access to all of these apps if you need them, right? You can search for whatever you need, right? I did some previous searches before, so if you want to get some Microsoft Excel, right, you got the Microsoft Excel sheets, you know, like I said, this is not a burner phone, it's a filler phone. So if you don't want to use it on your main phone for whatever reason, you can use it on your prepaid smartphone, man. It has access to the same things that you can find on $1,000 phone. Just letting you guys know. Letting you know. If you want to get your Instagrams or your Twitters, you know, you guys like that stuff, you know, you can do all that. You got your productivity apps, you got your entertainment apps, you got your games, you got whatever you need. All right. Anyway, last thing. Let's say that English might not be your jam, right? Let's go to settings here. Let's do some language learning in this thing. General management, right? Language and input. Let's do that, right? Language and input. Languages. Languages. Add a language. Let's add hangul. Let's add Korean. Default languages. Now we're going to keep the current as English right now. We just want to have that in there for later. All right, cool. Back. Let's go to on-screen keyboard. Samsung keyboard. Right. All right. Languages and types. Let's go to that one. Manage input languages. All right. We're gonna toggle Korean on because we were working on that earlier. Let's get Farsi. Do they have it? Available languages. Where's Farsi at? Y'all should have Farsi. Y'all don't have Farsi? Bruh. What do you mean I need more languages than that. Check for update. I need more languages than that. You gotta have more languages. And languages are up to date. You don't have Farsi? But I wanted to learn Farsi though. That's fine. Whatever, man. If we're wait. Maybe we have to download it from like the source. Maybe that's why, right? We have to go to the source. All right. Let's see. Let me lay this down real quick. All right. Add languages. Let me see if we can do they have I can't believe they don't have Farsi in here, bro. Whatever. I'm mad because I wanted to do some Farsi, but that's fine. It's whatever. We have Korean, right? So we're gonna do some Korean. So we're gonna go for this one. We're going to Samsung Notes because it's here, right? Now we can go, like I said, to our text editor. Now we have in here ne sarang bling bling like LED, but let's say we're having, and let's say this isn't Samsung Notes. Let's say this is Twitter, right? So let me hold this again. Okay. All right. Let's say this is Twitter. And someone's asking me, yo, what's your favorite group or your favorite band or your favorite artist? So we're gonna go over here, swipe. So we toggled Korean. So we're down here where it says English, and you see these two things. You're gonna swipe it. You got Hangul. You swipe it for English. Swipe it for Hangul. Swipe for English. Now, depending on your phone, sometimes they'll have the languages that you want. Sometimes they will not. I'm pretty sure there's a way that you can download more, but we're just gonna use this as an example. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna say, answer them. Who's your favorite group? Who's your favorite band? All right, let's go here. So we're going to say Bang. Just make sure that I still remember here. Bang Tan Son Yan. Oh, focus. Dan. All right, Bangtansonyeondan. And just like that, BTS. And then you can save that sucker and come over here and you can print it. Up. Print.